Today we're covering 3D prints that are useful every single day, not just sometimes, but all the time. We're going to start off with this. So this is a TPU phone case. This is an old phone case that is damaged and dirty and I just want to get rid of. Like, I am done with it. I wanted a new one. And I was thinking about just getting one off Amazon, but I just 3D printed my own. I printed this in 95A TPU, but it should be better to do this in 90 or 85A TPU. It will absorb shock better if it is a soft TPU, so I'll definitely be doing that. Having some more like rounded edges and stuff could also protect your phone a little bit better. So if you are in need of a new phone case, rather than spending money and buying one online, maybe go ahead and see if you can find one on Thingiverse or Make a World, because there's a good chance that you will find one to fit your phone, or even better, design your own. So I am all for 3D prints that save you a lot of time, and that is exactly what this next one will do. This is a key hanger, or a wall-mounted key hanger, for a his and a hers set of keys. Now, this one I designed myself to keep it personal for ourselves, but you can hang the keys right here so it looks like you're holding your set of keys. And honestly, this is going to be super convenient and something that I should have made a long time ago. It also has a shelf here, so once it's mounted on the wall, anything else that you may want to take with you as well every time you leave the house can be placed here, so you know where it's going to be and you don't forget about it. For example, sunglasses, if you don't have a place for them to keep them in your car at all times. And then when you get back, you don't just take your keys and put them down on a random worktop anymore. You hang them on your hook so that you know where your keys are at all times. No more will you need to go somewhere, you're kind of late, rushing around, and then just as you're about to leave, where are the keys? If you don't have one of these, definitely get one. It'll keep you nice and organized, save you a lot of time, and there'll be loads of prints online that you can find. But if you want this one specifically, you can get it for free over on the Patreon. Our next print is this massive power bank that I personalized to look like a Pokeball. Except I would love to say that, but unfortunately I don't have the parts available to do this. But that's where our sponsor for this video comes in, Rapid Direct. For a future project, I'll be ordering some parts from Rapid Direct to allow me to do this. And that's because they offer everything for on-demand manufacturing. From 3D printing to injection molding, if you need something, they'll be able to supply it. As a content creator and someone who loves to get out fishing and wild camping as much as I can, I need a power bank a lot. But rather than carrying multiple, I thought, why don't I make one large power bank for when I do these trips? Obviously, with batteries and wires, I don't really want to be using PLA, and while there is other materials I could use, I wouldn't be able to get the quality and finish that Rapid Direct could provide. So to fix this, I'll be ordering the shells of the Pokeball in metal, and they'll be really well painted. And all you need to do is drag and drop a file into the website to have it produced, and they'll give you an instant quote if it's available. If not, you'll get one within 24 hours. So I'm going to get my metal painted pieces ordered for a future video, but if there's a project that you want to do but you're held back by restrictions, then check out the link in the description. Next up, we have this 3D print right here, which definitely will offer some everyday value. This is a phone holder for the back of your car, not for the front, not for your drivers or where to put your map or anything. This is to keep the kids entertained on those long journeys. Now, what you can do with this is you lift up this top bit and then your phone will slide in here. Then you can tighten up the bottom bit to keep it nice and secure. This isn't going to go anywhere now, and you can still see the screen. And then with this hook right here, you can place this around one of the headrest poles, allowing it to be seen from the back seat, but not actually go anywhere, and keep it nice and secure. You can put a movie on this. You can put like Netflix or YouTube or anything, whatever you want on this to keep the kids entertained for any long distance journeys where they may get a little bit bored, and a movie is definitely helpful. With how simple this print is, you can fit pretty much every single phone and just take it out nice and easy. And you can just leave it hooked there in the back seat of the car, ready to use for the next time you need it, and it's not going to be in the way or causing any annoying issues. So if you do take long distance drives with your kids, then this may be one that you're going to want to make. This next one is super useful, and I'm actually very impressed with how well it works. This is a key holder, or a key organizer, I suppose, but basically all your keys can go on the inside, and then you can just slot them out whenever you need them, put them away, keep them tidy, and you lose all of the like jingliness and the mess of 500 different keychains, which is exactly what mine used to look like, and now these are all gone. Now this all prints very quickly, and I did it all in PLA. However, you do need a couple of extra bolts or screws to do this. Now I use screws. It is designed for bolts, and the actual listing will tell you exactly what bolts you need, but I didn't have them, and me being impatient, I decided to 3D print a little plug for this end, pop that in there with a bit of super glue, and then just screw the screw into it. It works absolutely fine, and I have zero complaints from it, and it will hold up just as well as I would like it to. If you have less or more keys than I do, you can just put a taller or shorter screw or bolt through here to adjust the height of it and how many keys it'll actually allow. But it's always these small and fast prints that I find makes such a big difference to your day-to-day carry. I mean, having only 2 things rather than a whole bunch of keys jingling is definitely an upgrade. Now this one's an oldie but a goodie, and I have featured something similar before. However, this is a different design, and it is something that I genuinely use every single day. I ran out of filament, which is why it's blue and green, but I would suggest printing these in blue because this is a food bag clip. Now the way these work is you just want to grab the food product that you want to actually clip shut, open it up like this, pop it through the actual bag, and then just click it together. Honestly, everybody probably knows about bag clips already at this point, but it's just finding one that actually works for you. This one is insanely good, and it prints all of them in different sizes on one print bed, so you can take advantage of that. But if you aren't using 3D printed bag clips, I suggest that you print some off because these are ridiculously useful. And last time I mentioned these, there was a few questions about why you would print them in blue. If anything snaps off, you're going to see the blue pieces in your food very, very easily compared to if you had like a brown or something like that, right? So a lot of foods don't really come in this color, so it stands out like a sore thumb. Another print that gets a fair amount of use in my household every day are these covers. Now these are TPU printed, so they're flexible, as you can see. And what these do is allow you to take any opened or like half used cans of food and just cover them up really quickly, so you can pop them in the fridge and keep them fresher for longer. These print out super quick and will definitely be something that you are grabbing from the drawer to keep all your products fresh. If you have dog food or cat food where they have half a tin at a time, you can then pop this on top of that, put it in the fridge. There's no smells coming out of it that go into your fridge or anything like that. It keeps it fresher for longer, and it's definitely just a print that you're going to want to have around. All you need to do then is use this little convenient pull tab, lift it off, and there you go. If you don't have any of these can covers, they are definitely convenient, and you definitely want to have a few of them laying around. Now, another super convenient one is something that it's not going to take much explanation. This is a 3D printed scoop. Now I chose this one to save time and money on printing it, and also it's very convenient with the way that it's shaped, for both reasons. You can 3D print this with 0 supports, which was actually surprising to me considering how big it is and the angles of it and stuff, but it is designed in a way that you need 0 supports, so it saves you money on that, and it also saves you a lot of print time. That being said, 3D printed scoops can be useful for so many different things. I would recommend against using it for pet food just because food products with 3D printed like layer lines and stuff can be a pretty bad idea long term. All the bacteria can grow, you can't clean it perfectly, so I would recommend against that. However, if you're using it for things like cat litter or wood pellets, that sort of stuff, then this sort of thing is absolutely great. If you've got a big bag of something that you want to scoop up and spread it out, whatever, for gardening or all sorts of different things, and you can scale this down, you can make it whatever you need it to be. And having scoops like this is definitely something you can save a little bit of time and money on. Don't go to the shop and buy one, just 3D print one out and have it at home ready. Another thing you'll carry every day is this tiny little print, and has so much value. And this is actually an upgrade version from the one I mentioned in the past. But I had to mention it because it's just way too convenient. This is a trolley token that you can 3D print, and you pop it in the trolley to be able to release it from the lock from when you stack them all together, take it around the supermarket. And just to clarify, you're not stealing from the supermarket. So last time I mentioned this, there were so many comments saying, oh, so you're just going to 3D print money and steal? No, this, you pop it into the trolley, it releases it, and then when you take your trolley back, you get it back. It's just an incentive to make you return the trolley. And this one actually slots into here, then it has a hole here so you can pop it onto your keyring. Super convenient, and if you haven't got a trolley token but you use them in the UK, then 3D print yourself one because they do work. Now, at first with this one, I thought it was a little bit silly, but if you could guess what this is, I would be shocked, because this is a rest for a knife or a spoon or whatever that you just rest on there when you've used it to, like, I don't know, like spread butter over some bread or anything like that, or use a spoon to mix it. And you don't want to put it down on the worktop because then you'll get that all over the worktop, right? But like having this later on, you just rest it on it. And it's never, you never have to worry about it again. And all you need to do is literally this tiny little print, which takes minutes, pop it somewhere on the worktop in the kitchen, and then whenever you need it, it's just there. And I don't know, it's that sort of thing that you don't need this. You don't need it. Like, it's not a thing that you need, but it is making a difference, and it is kind of convenient. It's such a small, simple thing, but it's the best kind. I'm telling you guys, this is the best kind of thing. Do you guys have one of these? If not, have you ever thought about this sort of thing? Have you ever seen this before? You should get one. You should get one. Moving on, we have a good old tiny little whistle, but it actually packs quite a good punch. And on the other end is a dog whistle. So one side is a regular whistle. The other side is a dog whistle, meaning that this is actually a multifunctional one, and you can just pop it onto your keyring very easily. So not only is it useful for dog owners if you're walking the dog or anything like that, but because of the alert whistle, it makes it useful for so many other things as well. Camping, hiking, or doing anything at all really. An alert whistle this size, definitely useful to have on your keyring. Just thought I'd drop in while editing and remind you guys, if you haven't clicked the sub button yet, so many of you are watching all the videos but haven't, it would help the channel out a lot, and it makes editing these videos at 1 AM absolutely worth it. So the next one's a little bit comical, but it's a massive ass banana. Well, it's a banana tree. Now, the reason you would want a banana tree is if you pop your bananas in a fruit bowl with other fruits like apples, for example, it actually releases a gas that accelerates their ripening and makes them go bad a lot quicker. So you actually want to hang them separately or store them separately from all your other fruit. Having a banana tree, and I mean, if you're gonna have a banana tree, you may as well have a banana tree, you know, like but either way, this one is super strong, will not let you down, and I mean, it's definitely something that the kids are going to love. I love this myself, but the kids are definitely going to have a little bit of enjoyment out of this. Hang the bananas off of here, have the fruit bowl next to it. Don't let your other fruits go bad quickly. Now we have another print that was mentioned in the past, but has to fit in this video and is just too good not to mention. This is the pegs I made in a recent video. However, I have printed out many more now, slightly scaled them down to be able to print out more for less filament. But these are by far probably the best clothes pegs that we have used in this house, and honestly, they're just so sturdy and strong, and they're so easy to print. Buying regular pins with the actual like springs and stuff just gives them like a place to fail, and they always break and they're weak. But these ones are insanely good, and also you can hook the line through this side and then hang stuff off of here so that you get the full proper drying without folding it over, things like your jeans and that sort of stuff. These are so small, they cost very little filament, but they're super strong, and they will absolutely last you a good amount of time as long as you store them in like a little basket or something. So if you do have a need for pegs, these are definitely the ones to go for, and they'll be linked in the description. Now, one that is super useful to have maybe just in your wallet is this tiny little hook over here. I guess you could also put this on your keyring because it has a loop for it as well. This is used to actually dig out any sort of lint or like dirt inside your phone's charging ports. This actually happens quite a lot, and it is very often that if you are having issues with charging your port, all you want to do is get either one of these or a needle or something like that and scrape out the pocket lint or bits of dirt that does build up over time, and then your charger will probably fit in a lot better and it will probably charge again. So if you are having problems with charging, print one of these things off, scrape it out in there, and you'll be actually surprised how much you're getting. You got to get right to the bottom and drag it up along the edge and just bring it out. But the great thing about this as well is because it's plastic and only PLA, this will break far before you do any damage to anything inside your phone. So you're actually pretty safe in just going in there, giving a good scrape out, and mine looks pretty clean, but yeah, there you go. And then we have this thing here that allows you to get out the door a lot quicker than if you didn't have one, because if you're like me, this is super useful. This hangs over a coat hook on the back of a door or something of the like, and then you can hang your baseball caps or hats or whatever off of here so that you always know where they are. Again, just like the key hook, this is super useful because if you are like me, you never know where they are the time that you need them. For example, if my hair's not done or whatever and I just want to get out of the house really quickly, I will usually grab my hat, throw that on instead, and just cover it up, right? But if I don't know where it is, then everybody's ready to go and I'm the one going, where's my hat? Where's the hat? Where's the hat? Well, now I'll always know where they are, because when you walk through the door and take the hat off, it hangs on here rather than just being thrown on the worktop. And that way people aren't stood waiting for me while I'm running around the house going, I can't find it, it's gone. And honestly, for the amount of time and filament that these actually take to print, even if you only use it half of the time correctly, it's still going to pay itself off very fast. Now, if you enjoyed that video, then you should check out this one as well, because trust me, you'll like that one too.